Business demands are shifting and changing. Some jobs are becoming obsolete, but at the same time, on the converse, some jobs are becoming more and more relevant. So today I'm going to share with you how to ace your next online interview to get that dream job that you've been thinking about. Hi, my name is Busola, and on this channel I make videos about business, tech for business, and lifestyle, just like this one. So if you're new, do consider subscribing for more videos just like this. I know of someone that actually got his dream job some days ago, and he got it via an online interview. And I dare say one of the reasons why he got that job was because he was well prepared for the interview. Now, what are the steps you need to note, or what are the key things that you need to note when you are preparing for your online interview? The first thing that you need to do is to get the space you're going to have the interview in ready. Yes, it's an online interview. Yes, you do not have to appear in person, but guess what? Appearances still matter. It does not matter if from the waist up you have some semblance of corporate wear or whatever, and then from the waist down you're wearing your pajama bottoms or even your underwear. It doesn't really matter. But what matters is that the presence or the you that you're presenting to your interviewer speaks volumes about your person, about who you're trying to portray yourself to be, and who you're trying to be perceived as, even as a person is interviewing you. So the environment in which you are having the interview matters a whole lot. For example, look behind me. Just find a plain background, not just plain. It doesn't have to be busy. Don't have your underwear hanging somewhere over there, and then maybe a bowl of cereal, or maybe pots and pans. You can actually, there's nothing wrong with having the interview in your kitchen. I'm just saying, you know, put the pots and pans away. I was watching an interview, a show, one of these, you know, most of these shows are online now on YouTube. So I was watching a particular show, and then they were interviewing this particular gentleman. He was having the interview in his kitchen. Nothing wrong with having the interview in your kitchen, but pots and pans and dishes and things were just all over the place, all willy-nilly. So try to avoid that as much as you can, so that your environment looks clean and clear and well put together for your interview. The second tip that I will enjoin you to look out for is to keep your device stable. If you are having the interview on your phone, most likely you will, either your phone or your laptop. If you're having the interview on your phone, avoid as much as you can holding your device in your hand, because after some time your hand begins to get tired, and then the image is shaking, is no longer stable. So what I would advise is, if you have a tripod, use your tripod. If you do not have a tripod, a good old stack of books will do, just so that you keep your device stable and your hands free. When your hands are free, if you're somebody like me, I talk with my hands a lot. So if your hands are free, you can move, you can gesticulate, you can prove your point, even as you're, you know, answering the questions that are being sent to you. The third tip I would like to share with you is check the battery on your device. Very, very important. Check the battery levels on your device. Ensure that your device is either plugged in or adequately charged. You do not want to have an interview where you're talking and then upon a sudden your device goes off and you're like, where is And if you live in a part of the world such as I live in, where power outages are still a thing, yes, we still have power outages here, and if you live in Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about. We still have power outages. So if that is your scenario, ensure that maybe you have like backup power, or power bank, a generator or an inverter like we are prone to use in this part of the world. Another tip that I would like to share is elevate your device a little bit so that you are looking up into your camera. You don't want to look downwards into your camera and then your interviewer is looking up your nose, and then you have the awkward double chin situation, like if you're looking down, and then you have your jowls all poking out. So it is better if your camera is elevated and your gaze into your device is also slightly elevated, so that your profile, your facial features are more streamlined, and it's not that awkward situation where your interviewer is looking up your nose, or is looking at your jowls, or is looking at the ceiling. Yeah, not nice. Doesn't really look nice. The next tip that I would like to share is read up on the organization before the date of the interview. Have as much information at hand before that day, so that you would know what the organization is about. You know what their corporate ethos is. You would know who is in charge, what they are doing, where their corporate head office is, if they have one, what exactly is the company about, do they differ in opinion to what you find personally offensive, and so on and so forth. I should have actually led with this, because this is probably the most important tip. Practice looking into, as much as possible, look into the lens of your device. It takes getting used to. If you're using your phone, if you're using your laptop, don't just look at the screen. Look into the lens of your device. Now, the effect this will have is that it will seem as if you are looking directly into the eyes of the person interviewing you, assuming they are also looking into their own lens. So it would appear as if you're having an eye-to-eye contact with the person that is interviewing you. Let me show you. This is me now. I'm looking into the display of my camera. But looking into the display of my camera now, you can see that it's as if my gaze has shifted and I'm looking here, but my lens is there, and it looks a little bit awkward. But if I look into the lens, we are making eye contact, so to speak. We are, you're following along, you're looking into my eyes. It's as if I'm looking at you. It's as if we are there in person, we're meeting the person. Hey, have you considered subscribing? Have you liked this video? Hi. But if I'm looking into, did you get what I did there? Yeah? Like this video. But if I'm looking into the display, it's just off. So practice looking into the lens of your device. And trust me, it takes getting used to. This is probably the 5th or 6th video I'm recording on this particular camera. And it takes getting used to looking into the lens. So if you need to practice this, get your device out. If you're using your webcam, if you're using the camera on your laptop, if you're using the camera on your phone, bring it out, practice it, actually record yourself. The best way to learn something is by doing it. That is my own mantra. So bring it out, look into the lens as I'm doing now, record yourself, say any old thing, sing a song, read a book out loud, say something out loud. Just record yourself looking into your lens so that you're used to it before the date of your interview. The next tip that I would like to share is framing your shot. And wherever it is that you envisage that you're going to have the interview, go there. Set up your camera or your laptop or whatever device you're using, set it up. Frame your shot. Record yourself sitting down or standing, however it is you want to have it. Record yourself in that particular environment to ensure that everything is hunky-dory, that everything is nice and dandy, that you don't have any awkward cables peeking out from somewhere, that you don't have any, something untoward just peeking from, so that you know that whatever image you're presenting to your interviewer is nice and pristine. And the only way you can achieve that is to get it ready beforehand. Don't just wait until the date of the interview. the interview is now, and then you just plunk yourself down in any old place, and then you just whip up your device and you start, you don't even know what your background looks like. So frame your shot. Frame your shot. If you need to zoom in, you zoom out, or you need to, set something up, just ensure that you are within frame, not that your head is cut off, like maybe something like that. You get what I mean? So that your head is showing, your torso is showing, and yeah. So frame your shot. It is very, very important so that you present yourself in a very, very put together way for your dream job. The next tip that I would like to share is practice answering standard interview questions. There are some questions that there's no way, it's 90%, 99% of the time, you are going to be asked. So, tell us about yourself. You know that you're going to be asked that question. Most likely you're going to be asked that question, especially if it's the first stage of the interview process. You're going to be asked that question. Tell us about yourself. Now, you don't want to just reel out all the things that you've put on your CV. My name is Busola. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. I went to so-and-so primary school. I went to so-and-so secondary school. I went to so-and-so university. They can read that on your CV. Tell them something about you that is not already written down. And now, more often than not, when the interviewer is asking this, they just want to get to know you. They want to hear what makes you tick. They want to hear what makes you special. They want to hear what gives you the edge over the next person that they're going to interview, or the person that they've interviewed just before you. So you want to put your best self forward. And the best way to achieve this is to actually practice answering this question beforehand. Another question that you're going to be asked is, do you have any question for us? Most likely you're going to be asked. Now, the question that you're going to ask your interviewer might stem from you reading up about the organization, and you have there's some fuzzy areas that you're not particularly clear with. If you're asked, do you have any question for us? If your interviewer asks you that question, I would advise that you have a question ready. Now, the only way that you can answer this question sufficiently is if you've prepared yourself beforehand to be able to ask the question. So do your research that you're not particularly clear with. Then you can have your question ready beforehand. It shows that you have actually put thought into this particular interview, and then it gives your interviewer some sort of reassurance that, okay, this person is actually, in the game. If you found this video helpful, of value, or even entertaining, do consider subscribing and liking this video, and leave a comment so that I can know what you like and make more of it. My name is Busola, and see you in the next one. Toodles! In as much as we're saying that jobs are... If you found this video, what? If on this channel, hi, my name is... was going so well.